Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at 4 of these SJ-Cam action cams. The SJ5000X. The owner says the issue is the same on all of them. The USB charge port is either loose or intermittent. I believe he said this one doesn't work at all, so he taped it up to make sure that it doesn't get used. I've never opened one of these before, but I'm assuming it won't be too hard. So let's maybe start with this one though, that the customer said that it was completely gone. Also going to need to clean things up a little bit by the looks of it. See, they all have tape on them. I wonder if there's a flashing LED or something. Probably these things are the LEDs, so he's taped over them. Anyway, so put these three aside and we'll start on this guy. Let's get the tape off and see what the port looks like. So you can see that port is pushed in. Focus. Focus. Okay. So let's figure out how to open these things up. Once we have the lens glass, so here, let's find out so we can get it. So this way you don't have to LCD. The other one's pretty hard to do, so I'm not touching LCD, but it's easy enough, yeah. Good luck using it, yeah. Try again. Oops, not again. I'll break this up to tie that. It's a little design to start with. Break little clips, so you can get there's the frame. This LCD just sits in there. Okay, yeah. Gently open it up. It's nice to connect. And then final things to screws in here. port, which is here. I'm going to take off the lens and the sensor. Lens, sensor, and clip. Going up. Steering plastic. Come on up. Separator. And then we have full access to the port. Okay, so here it is, the port. If we have a look at the pins, it doesn't look like there's any ripped pads, which is a good thing. Oh my god, get that out of the way. Focus. So it looks like just the ground pins have come loose, and then with nothing to support them, can't quite see on that side. Oh, there it is. There. There's one ground pin still attached. So I will probably be able to salvage that. Straighten things out. So you also have the SD card reader on the back here. Where am I? Just there. So I can't do too much work with hot air. Yeah, it's going to have to be done with a soldering iron. So what I'll do, let me see if I can get the port off, and then clean up the pads. It looks like I may have to straighten some of the pads. I think I'm going to work under the big eye. Okay, so I've jumped ahead a little bit. So this is the action cam that had the USB port, which was only held down by one ground pin. Because it had been bent so badly, I wanted to make sure that I could reuse this port because I don't have any others that are exactly the same. So it took me a while to straighten the little pins and to clear out the little holes, the solder holes over the front mounting points. The main issue was because where the port is on the other side is the SD card reader, so to try and clear those holes without damaging the SD card reader on the other side was quite difficult. Anyway, I finally got it in. The grounding points were not secure originally, which is why this happened. I think the same reason that has happened on all four of them. So what I ended up doing is putting just a little bit of hot glue kind of across the top of the port. I don't want to touch this now because you can see that it's connected and charging. And I'll just have it balanced precariously there. Also managed to disassemble the LCD. You have to unglue the glass, and then there's a little plastic bracket which has two screws. We undo, and then this comes out, and then I managed to get the whole LCD assembly out. So I think this will be the easiest way to do it, because without getting the LCD out, you can't plug in the LCD cable. Just the way that it's the angle of the cable, there's not much room once it's inside the housing. So this is a good thing that I started on this kind of really broken one, so that I got an idea of how to disassemble it properly. Nothing's broken, which is great, so I should be able to get everything back together perfectly. I'm just going to charge up this battery a little bit and make sure that the camera switches on properly. I'm sure it will be fine. Right now it's drawing 500 milliamps, so we'll leave it like this, and then I will reassemble it and start on the next three. Okay, so this is the port under the scope, and you can see those first two pins have dry joints. So that, I believe, is the ground pin. This is the positive pin. This one I think is a no connect, and then we have two data pins here. So I will use the fine soldering tip and just get in there and reflow those. The anchor, focus, anchor points look okay. Maybe that, okay, there you can see those two are cracked as well, so we will redo those. Okay. I'm not sure I can work under the microscope because there's not much room under my microscope, unfortunately. I need to figure out a better bracket for this thing to lift it higher. Let's see what we can do. So, very little bit of flux. The flux would actually go where I'm trying to put it. Board. I'll clean out the port with alcohol afterwards. Okay, let's try and do the side one first. Jesus, where am I? It's always a problem with these. The ground pads don't conduct the heat very well. We'll give it a little nudge test. Okay, looks good. Okay, so resoldered the ports, put a little bit of hot glue down the side just to give a bit of extra support. That should be it. Now we can reassemble. So just basically go in reverse of what we did. If I can remember what that was. Then the two screws. So we'll do that. I will clean it before putting this on. So while we're here, before we go too far, let's sure we put it on the right way. No dust, no hair, I think. Looks good. Drawing 500 milliamps. So once I'm all done with all of them, and like I said before, I'll go through and clean up the outside cases as best I can. So I think that's enough for this video. I still have 2 to go, but the process is going to be exactly the same. So there's 4 of these SJ cams, all with issues with the charge port. The one I had to resolder the whole port. This one was just 2 pins. We'll see once we get inside the other ones, maybe 1 or 2 pins that will need to be done. But yeah, the owner should be happy with that. Getting all 4 cameras back up and running. So that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. Ciao.